Italy Echo Radio, listening for you.
Yeah, good morning, G0IER. I think that's it. Thanks for coming back. Name here is Robbie, R-O-B-B-I-E, Robbie. I'm 50 miles north of Aberdeen. I wonder how I'm coming through. I'm testing some equipment here. G0IER, MM0 UDI, over.
Mike 0, Uniform Delta India. Very good morning, Robbie. 30 miles north of Aberdeen. You're a fine signal into the city of Hull. Hotel Uncle Lima Lima. And my name's Brian. Bravo Romeo, India Alpha November. You have very nice audio and a lovely signal strength of 5x9. Mike 0, Uncle Delta India, Golf 0, Italy Echo Radio.
Okay, Brian, thanks for that. You're in Hull. Yeah, very good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I wonder if you could just spare a minute or two checking my bandwidth, Brian. I'm using ICOM 703 at 5 watts, but I'm going through an amplifier, and I just want to check how wide, splattery or clean it is. I'm producing about 150 watts. So you're 5 and 9 here, Brian. So if you could go up and down 3 or 4 kilohertz, see if you get any splatter off me, just see how clean it is. Is that possible, Brian, over?
Well, there's a much easier way to check your splatter, and that's using webSDR. In fact, I'm monitoring this QSO right now and recording it via the Nantwich SDR, which you can get on the internet. And you get a waterfall display, and you can see precisely how the audio's looking when you get used to the waterfall display. So far away, do your experiments, Robbie, and I'll keep an eye on things this side and report back to you how it's sounding there, over.
You're very good, Brian. Thanks a lot for that. That's a great help for me. I'm not up to speed with the SDRs. Okay, this is MM0 UDI at half power on the rig, which gives me about 150. I'll crank up the power, and that's me now on full power, 10 watts, drive, giving me 300. And we're just doing a little test to see how clean this is. I don't have the speech compressor on, so I'll put it back. MM0 UDI.
MM0 UDI, G0I are returning. Well, I'm monitoring you on the Nantwich webSDR, and there were some spikes. Would they have been LF4HF of carrier? I don't know, but there were some little spikes popping up outside of the normal bandwidth. So it was not perfectly clean, although it sounded fine to listen to, Robbie, over.
Yeah, hold on, I'll crank it down. Yeah, how wide would it be? How strong, Brian? And were they on full power or at half power or both?
Well, I didn't notice any change in power levels. The little spikes were there. Try another test and tell me what you're doing as you do it, Robbie, over.
Okay, this is MM0 UDI doing a audio test, I guess. I'm giving it half power drive, which is 5 watts. 5 watts drive. 30 amp, that is giving me about 150 on the peak. Average about 70, I guess. So this is on half power, no compressor, and I'll crank it up full power. That's me on full power, which is 10 watts drive, giving me 300, maybe a shade over, 300 watts on the peak. and this is me on full power, and I'll put it back to half power again, and that's me on half power drive, gives me 150 out. I wonder if you noticed anything, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, well, not with my ears, Robbie, but the full spectrum display, it's not fully clean on full power. You are 100% clean on 5 watts drive. When you went up to full power, which I think you said was 10 watts, there were some probably slightly outside of the normal bandwidth. Is that okay, Robbie, over?
Yeah, fine, Brian. And, yeah, thanks. I wonder if I could sort of go, if I try something like 8 or 9 watts. Have you got the time for that, Brian?
I certainly have. Hopefully my friend Mexico 1 Echo Alpha Kilo is on frequency as well, hopefully. Do call in, Colin, if you're there. But yeah, see if you can get this in between the 5 and the 10. Just crank it just above the 5. And I'll monitor the waterfall display, over. Break.
Yeah, somebody breaking well. They obviously understand what we're doing, so they can monitor as well. Okay, we're still at 5 watts, and I'm going up. This is MM0UDI. That's about 6, that's about 6, 7, that's about 7. Yeah, that's, hold on, that's 7 or 7.5 watts, 7.5 maybe. And we're going to 8, that's about 9 watts. We're at about 9 watts. Anything there, Brian?
Just the tiniest extra spike at 9 watts. I think if you stay below 9 watts, you'll stay clean as a whistle, Robbie, over.
Yeah, hold on, I'll just check, hold on. Right, MM0U. Yeah, that's 8 watts, hold on. That was without the drive. I was on 8 watts without the amp. So that's the amplifier at 8 watts. I'll just do it up. It's just over 200. How does that sound, Brian?
It's not perfectly clean, I'm afraid to say. You're going to have to come below 8 watts.
Okay.
To answer a question from Mike 1 Echo Alpha Kilo.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike 1.
Yeah, morning to you, Mike 0UDI from Mike 1 Echo Alpha Kilo. Name here is Colin. What make is the linear, Robbie? What make is it, please?
Yeah, getting some cure. What's the question?
Yeah, what's the make of the linear, please?
The linear is BL-350.
So is it a mobile amp by RM, a mobile one?
No, it's got a 50 volt, well, it's a power supply with a 50 volt transformer.
Okay, Robbie, can you just do one more test for me? Is it possible you can turn the linear off, turn it off and just come back to us with reasonable straight power out of your radio, QSL?
Yeah, hold on. That's right power, about 8 watts, over.
Right, to me, I don't know to Brian, but I was watching when you was doing all them tests and turning your linear up and down. I was getting no different in signal strength, and I switched between 3 different aerials this end, and I had no difference in signal strength, and you're still doing the same signal strength as you was when you was running 300 watts QSL.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting that power, because I'm looking at it that I've got a meter in line. So that's just band conditions, I guess. I missed your name, sorry. Yeah, I'm on 8 watts, and I'll put the amp on, hold on. And that's about 200, over.
Right, you made about half an S point different then. It did make a difference, so it is working. It sounds fine to me. Brian, what do you think, G0, i.e. Mexico 1 Echo Alpha Kilo in the group? Well, my old ears with the headphones on didn't... Let's get this right. There's a big difference in signal levels for a start. Let's not run away with making a mistake there. In the cams though, the audio is sounded clean or at any power level. But when I'm monitoring Robbie on the Spectrum waterfall display at the Nantwich webSDR, I can see him spiking out of the normal bandwidth at the higher power levels, Colin. Now, oddly enough, by the way, Robbie, Colin is on the verge of buying one of those BLL linears, and he's not sure whether to get the portable or the home base one. And that's why he's took particular interest in what's happening here. But the power levels do make quite a big difference signal strength-wise there. Back to you. MM0UDI with M1EAK. This is G0IER. Over.
Yeah. I'll just turn it down a wee bit. Power. Yeah. I'll go to minimum power with the amp on. It's about. Hold on. Just hold on a second. Bear with me. That's me on 2 watts drive, and that's giving me maybe 60 watts. How does that sound?
It's clean as a whistle, Robbie. Crank it up a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I think 8 is about 5 watts. That's about 140 going out, over.
Yeah, it's clean as a whistle, and it's starting to sound very strong as well. Very nice signal at the moment.
Hey, Colin, what do you think?
Yeah, okay, Robbie, there was an improvement in that by about this point. You might be right in what you're saying, the band conditions, because I've got a lot of noise every now and then coming up on the band. The audio sounds absolutely fine. The splatter, I don't know. I've tuned off the frequency, but you'll give me the same sort of splatter off frequency that Brian does when he's talking. So I would say personally, there's not a lot to be concerned about. You're not giving no unspurious noises out of band like I would be really concerned about QSL.
Yeah, okay, Colin. Yeah, I've had this amp for some time. But the rig, which is the only rig I can use with it, was in my car for a few months. And I've busted my leg, so I've decided to take the rig back in the house, in the shack here, and hook up the amp. But I did have 1 or 2 complaints when I was using the amp before, when I was driving it pretty hard. So I just thought I'd do a few tests. I'm not going to be a regular with the amplifier on, but it's there if I need it, sort of thing. That's the idea. Brian, going back to the spikes, what sort of range is the spikes that you're seeing, Brian?
Well, assuming your standard bandwidth, hang on, the skirts on the bandwidth, 2.49 kilohertz at minus 6 dB and 2.95 at minus 60. So let's say a 3 kilohertz bandwidth on your normal Spectrum display. When I saw the spikes, they were half as wide again, but they were little spikes popping up. You didn't turn into this massive grotesque bandwidth. You just had little spikes, maybe at audio peaks or something, that popped out of the 3 kilohertz bandwidth, making your bandwidth momentarily 4.5 kcs wide to 5 kcs wide. Given that the normal bandwidth would be 3 kilohertz as a roundup figure there. Okay, Robbie?
Yeah. I wonder what it is in real sort of time, so to speak, as you're actually listening. Is it feasible for you just to go up 4 or 5? If I drive it pretty hard, I don't know if it's clear up there, but see what you can actually hear.
Yes, that's a good idea. Colin, we need to be listening at around 7192, 7193 for bits of splatter. Robbie, if you can drive at 10 watts input, that'll do it. That'll give us the spikes, over.
Yeah, okay. This is MMZEGI, just doing a weak test. I'll speak for about a minute. I'm on about half power at the moment. This is MM, which is 10 watts and it's just over 300 out. EMC test, bandwidth test, MM0 UDI. MM0 UDI doing some tests. MM0 UDI testing on 320, maybe 320 watts. MM0 UDI, over.
Mike 1 Echo Alpha Kilo returning. Okay, Robbie, well, I didn't hear anything when I tuned up and down slightly, anything odd or funny, just the normal is what you speak to here. If you've got someone running a bit of power, they're a bit of splatter over the bands, which is normal. I don't know what Brian thinks. I'm far from an expert on it, Robbie, like Brian said. I'm looking at buying a linear. I do run 200 watts here for an FT 1000 MP, but I just want about 500-600 watts, so I don't have to drive the linear too hard or the radio too hard, so I can run it at sort of 300 watts. That's the idea, so I've been looking at the RM models. Go run the next time when you're over, Robbie, and just give me the model number again, the model number you're using. Go on, Brian, round to you and you can give your comments. G0IER Mike 0 UDI in the group from Mike 1 Echo Alpha Kilo.
Yeah, okay, Robbie, I could hear you on 7192. I could hear the high frequency audio portion of your transmission. So your high frequencies are really stretching out on full drive, right up to 7.192.78. I was nearly 3 kcs above this frequency, and I was listening to your splatter. It was only high-pitched splatter, but it was there, Robbie, I'm afraid, over.
Yeah, okay, Brian. Well, I would expect to be heard 2 up, or even going on to 3, because you tend to do that. But what about 4? Was it audible at all, or have you got QRM up there, or did you go to 9.4?
Yeah, you were clear as a whistle on 9.4, no sign of you.
And you've got low noise up there, readability?
Say again, Robbie?
Yeah, there wasn't any other stations, it was a clear frequency, was it, Brian?
Yeah, clear enough, Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'd just like to do these tests, because I did have some complaints, but hold on, I'll put the drive down. Yeah, that's me at about half power, so all being well, I should be okay at half power, I guess. I'll try it at half power, see if I get any complaints, Brian and Colin. Thanks for your help.
Okay, Colin still needs to know the details of the linear amplifier you are using, please, Robbie.
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that, Colin. It's a Radio Mike, Italy. And the model number, Bravo Lima Alpha 350. Did you get that, Colin?
Yeah, I've got Romeo Mike Italy, and the model number is Bravo Lima Alpha 350. Thank you, Robbie, and hope we've been some assistance, and it seems to be working okay. Like I say, I'm looking at purchasing one myself in the very near future, but I've been looking at RM stuff, but I'm not 100% sure which way to go yet. I'm still thinking. Got a bomb round to you, Mike 1 Echo Alpha Kilo in the group.
Yeah, okay, Robbie. We'll leave you with a frequency, my friend. Thanks for the information and the test. I've recorded the whole thing. and I shall edit it later and pop it on YouTube. Now, I don't know if you've got Twitter or you use QRZ.com, but if you track down my call sign, you'll find a link to the video on YouTube, which will just show, by the way, a constant photograph of the shack. But we'll have this audio soundtrack with all three stations, you, me and Colin, so you can see how it all sounded. I'll part by saying you're a very clean signal at half power drive. There should be no cause for complaints, Robbie. It would be unfair to complain at that level. 73 is my friend, and we'll leave you the frequency unless you're clearing off. Golf Zero Italy Echo Radio.
Yeah, very good, Brian. Well, I'll leave you two guys to it if you like. I can only do little stints at a time these days, so thanks a lot, Brian, and I'll track down that recording. I really appreciate your help, guys. All the best, have a super day. G0IER with M1EAK, MM0UDI. Cheers.
Yeah, Robbie, can you just give me a quick signal report for the log, please? Signal report for the log, please, my friend.
Yeah, sure, Colin. On this meter, ICOM 703, you're S7, 5x7, over.
Yeah, okay, Robbie, thank you very much. Much appreciated. You have a good day, and I hope you get on okay with the linear. And nice to work you for the first time, and you're in the log 73s, my friend.
Yeah, cheers, all the best.
Yes, bye-bye, both of you, Colin.